Hello everybody, Christian Shreve, bestboxingbets.com. Do you want to know how to get 95% of your bets right? Do you want to see that verified over an extended period of time? Go to our website. Check out that what I'm telling you is the gospel. It is the way it is. These are the stable datums. These are the maxims. We factor it in for you. Now let's talk about where people get in trouble. Say some of you out there are really good at a sport. Say it's college football. I have somebody I know. He has mentored me. He has taken care of me. You'd never know sitting in a coffee shop that little old guy with the sweater who's just hanging out. You'd never know what he can do. But he's taken time to make sure that I understand some things about the way things work. Now, when you're looking at picking someone to pay for picks, what are you seeking? You're seeking a shortcut. You're not necessarily seeking something for nothing because you're looking for someone to manage your money, but you're not taking the micromanaging steps to go, what are you doing? Look, this is deceptive. So what I'm going to tell you is that if you log on to my site, you're going to get a free report about how the industry operates where you're not looking, where they don't want you to know about. It's Boxing Unmasked. It's free. It's at the bottom. Just send it to you. Let me know if it makes you better. That's all I want to do. And there's two things in this. There's one is winning and one is not losing. And people get those confused all the time. I won 4. Well, how many did you lose? I won 4. I lost 5. But look, this is unprofessional. You approach this as an investor approaches this. You take control. You seize the advantage. You're looking for the opening. You want to control it. When people were looking at the picks, say the service plays, you go to one of the big sites and somebody's gonna pay for a pick and they're going to share it with everybody. Somebody else is gonna pay for somebody else. They're gonna share it, and there's this collective intelligence. It's a very interesting thing. All the opinions that go in on it, and people are watching. What normally happens is if you will follow somebody. Maybe they're for free, maybe they're for pay. But if you follow them through a season, and every time they're going to get 52, 54, 56, 58, maybe even 60%. And over the course of a season, you are going to make your profit if you stay the course. What happens, it gets streaky with wins, it gets streaky with losses, and people lose their minds. And they veer off the course and they lose their position because you can't predict it. It is really up and down. But when you're looking at paying someone for it, let me tell you about a phenomenon that happens that unless you're paying real close attention, you might not know about. What will happen is someone will be really good, and they'll be doing it for free for a couple of years, giving their picks out. People say, I am making money with this guy. This is 70% accurate. I can't believe it. I made money with him last year. I'm making money with him this year. And then they're gone. They're gone off the forums. Well, what happens? People say they've gone tout, meaning they've gone professional. So some tout house picks them up and says, well, son, have you seen Two for the Money with Al Pacino and McConaughey? If you haven't, I suggest you do so. And Rene Russo, of course. It's a wonderful movie, but it points out a lot of things and about the business. So someone will pick them up and he'll say, well, I normally do 1 pick a day, and this is what I do. And they're going to say, well, that's great, but that's not what we do. You're going to do picks a day. 2 picks a day. You're going to do 3 picks a day. And you're going to break them up. So you have a 1-star pick and a 3-star pick and a 5-star pick, and we'll just move them around. This is the shell game, and we'll say you're under, you'll do 20 in a week or 30 in a week, and then you'll look at the one that's done the best and you'll say, hey, I've won 4-star picks in a row, and this is our 4-star pick, so I'll probably win this next one, and you maneuver it around, and that's what we're going to do. And people say, well, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. Well, you're making more money. And then it comes to the off season. They say, well, look, we hired you for year round, so you better sell people on buying other things from us through you. So that's where you get the guy who excels at college football, who's all of a sudden trying to sell you on his picks for European female tennis, for instance. And they'll do that all year round. They'll do that. They have to come up with it. They have to come up with it. They have to come up with it. And it becomes this meat market type of thing. It becomes a sweatshop type of environment. and then they don't do as well because that's not what got them there. With an athlete, people can recognize the patterns that need to be followed. If somebody develops a routine, they develop a routine. If they don't in the playoffs wash their socks, the wives stick those crusty things on the top and know the husband's going to feel good when he goes off to do that. Or the lucky t-shirt. How many of us have a lucky t-shirt, a lucky sweatshirt, lucky hat, something that signifies the order in the universe of our approach? And then someone is good enough to be a professional, but they're not allowed to operate within their sphere, so they lose it. I'm not going to do that. I've made a decision. I really always have thought this way. I would rather be Tiffany's, Goldman Sachs, than Walmart. I want to help people. I want to help lots of people. We have some volume. We have very high quality, and that's the way it is, but there's no way I'd consider cheating you. Or myself. You have to be able to look in the mirror. And I'm not going to do something unethical. I'm not going to cheat. There's no reason to cheat. There's no reason for it. So I'm going to stay within my framework, and you look for people, if you're doing other sports, who stay within their framework, who don't go tout because they're getting boxed into something that's not going to work. Now, there are some people who follow sports their entire life, and they can do a couple of them. But in a video here in a minute, I'm going to take a system that is widely regarded, that I've experimented with extensively, to widely varying results. I'm going to break down for you the martingale system. Boy, this was developed by 18th century French aristocracy. And there is some big goings on in that world, because the people who bet on sports are using it, they're adjusting it, they're pulling back, they're pulling forward, they're tweaking it, and some of the big touts are selling picks like crazy across the whole year, multiple sports, a lot of them using this. So we're going to break it down for you, and we're going to tell you in a nutshell, because I couldn't do this objectively if I were trying to pitch this to you right now. If it mathematically shows up that it's going to benefit you, then I'll do it. But at this point, I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to explain to you the ins and outs of a system that is considered to be the most sophisticated, in use now, for use by the layman in a professional environment. And we're going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you some of its strengths. I'm going to tell you some of its weaknesses. Until then, in the tout business, when they go from amateur to professional, you pay real close attention. What is the star system? How's it operating behind the scenes? How many sports are they trying to do? Is this even a real person? Is this a demographic where somebody else is trying to fill it in? Again, log on our website, Best Boxing Bets, and get it for free. It's at the bottom. Click on it. I'll send it to you. So as you learn about the field, you learn the mandate that you cannot be effective, you cannot be vulnerable to something that you completely understand, unless you choose to do so. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. I'll be right back with you. Christian Shreve, bestboxingbets.com. I'm Christian Shreve, and I'm here to tell you about why I think you should own my new book, Money Boxing, which is on sale now. Money Boxing has something for everyone, whether or not you know anything about boxing. You're about to receive a backstage pass into a world of glamour, corruption, and intrigue. And you're going to learn about the system, which is the only thing the casinos have had to fear in a long time. You can own Money Boxing by clicking on the link below now. I think you'll like it.